sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, ready for another installment of the NFL International Series. And we are underway from North London. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Browns take over.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
26-yard line.
And at quarterback, a longtime signal caller in the National Football League, former Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco.
And what a marvel Joe Flacco is. Continues to be a reliable quarterback into his 40s. And we say it all the time. He came off of his couch and made a team better. Guess what? He's doing it again. And now has a chance to not only be good on the field, but also be one of the great mentors in a quarterback room.
They will start this drive with forward. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Brings up second and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
9 yards.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive of your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Now Flacco. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Flacco. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Browns first down.
Quite the opening drive march there on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 23-yard
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Flacco. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And does the big boy have the juice? So that's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Extra point attempt to come here.
For the extra point.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7.
The scoop and score, always
nothing.
an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And
you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
He'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Byron Murphy there on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Again, they turn to full. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing on the line of scrimmage.
Intended for DeAndre Carter.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
On 4th down on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Back on the field after a knee injury robbed him of his rookie season, but he showed a ton of promise in the limited sample size we saw of him during the preseason. Go back to the University of Michigan. You saw an accurate passer who ran the offense extremely well, but don't be fooled by that. He was never afraid to attack defenses with his arm, and he'll try to do the same here in the NFL.
And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
For Jordan Addison.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. McCarthy is set to throw it. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
McCarthy going to sneak it. And he will have the Vikings Vikings first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
First down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. To about the 35, 2nd down.
Jordan Mason, the ball carrier.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. That's complete to the receiver field. Those are just 2 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up the 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Throwing is McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3. Just get the ball right to the receiver.
This is the hitch route. And tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
He was taken down by
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
McCarthy off the play fake. Completes this to Addison out left. That's good for a first down. His 2nd catch of the opening drive.
A gain of 12
2nd and
yards.
short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. In motion left, that's Thielen. Now they show jet sweep it instead, a run up the middle here.
Mason,
The result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards.
If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
2nd and a couple. To the air with McCarthy. He gets it to Addison. Good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Looking to throw McCarthy. And he's got it. Touchdown. Adam Thielen. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Vikings 14. Browns
So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they will run them down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Browns take over.
And Cleveland geared up to take the field.
28-yard line.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 31.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes,
A gain of 2.
they really
Brings up
confuse
2nd
offensive
and 8.
linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. They run with 4. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
3rd and 3. Here's Flacco. And it is caught. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
2nd and 10. Bootleg, Flacco. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's 4. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
3rd down.
I know it was
and
a
9.
gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling.
Jonathan Allen, the former 1st-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
Simple recount real quick. He had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Jefferson going to go in motion right. The drive begins with Mason. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Right back to Mason. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Here comes third down and 7. Now McCarthy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Mason going to get it on first down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Made by Devin Bush.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Here's McCarthy. Over the middle, complete to Addison. His fourth catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down.
And the throw in the catch was just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
On play action, now McCarthy. A full left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, they've been back on the heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's second and 10. To the right goes Mason. Looking for a seam of finding none. We'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with third and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Into the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Vikings. First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they get hit with another first down. Almost back to the drawing board.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here's Scott. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep. First and goal.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a first and goal. Straight ahead, here's Mason. And he stopped immediately there.
Mason, the ball carrier.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hawkinson, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Good.
That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Browns take over first
Cleveland offense making their way out.
26-yard line.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
A gain of 12 yards.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On the ground, it's Ford. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
He hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Flacco. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for them on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
On the give, it's Mason. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
McCarthy going to sneak it. And he will have the Vikings first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll hand it to Mason. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
They'll run again with Mason. Looking to find a lane, but he can't land in at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by Denzel Ward. Brings up 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And that leads to a Minnesota first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Mason. They juked him. And past the 30 down about the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
That was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On the run is Mason. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's another.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Draw play. Mason. And he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Pass complete to Addison.
McCarthy's pass.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
A gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. And they're going to get him. He's set up back for the try. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4.
But that's what they have to do more defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the route is on. It's 24 to nothing.
24.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. You've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Second and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Here's Flacco. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That's a gain of 4.
Nice job there, right, of just going through the progressions, finding the open man, even if it wasn't for a 25-yard gain.
Everything does not have to be spectacular. The mundane works pretty well in this league, as we just saw there.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he is going to help the Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Browns,
when you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
From the gun, Flacco. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. This is 4. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the
Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Here's 3rd and 10. Flacco from the gun. Completes the pass to Judy, right across and patty. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
At the 44-yard line.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it'll be second down.
4.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Once more, it's Flacco. This one downfield for Tillman. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Flacco and the offense staying put. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
From the 46, here's second down at 7. Toss play to Mason. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 87 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. They can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now it's football time, and the running is easy for this group.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
1-yard gain.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13. McCarthy will set to throw him. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range, no sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And his kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So more of the same here, CD. Not a touchdown, but 3 more points added on to their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this first half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing they're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
Will Reichard
set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. They will start this drive with 4. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move.
On the tackle.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
At the 29-yard
First play of the drive,
line.
let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards.
Second and 2 is prime
And
time
the
for a little bit of a gamble,
Browns
isn't it? Open up the
first
playbook, go play action, toss
First
that
and
bad
10
boy
at the
deep.
33-yard
But in this
line.
situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Again, they turn to Ford. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
On the play. Second and
I think what we
10.
just saw there, partner, was
At the
linebacking
33-yard
speed
line.
that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
They run the counter. Ford. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Flacco looks to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A gain of 19 yards.
And picking up the
That's
first.
good for a Browns.
We often hear the
down.
phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he
First and
certainly
10
fits
at
into
the
that
49-yard
category.
line.
Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Flacco. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going.
David Njoku.
Well, the incompletion,
It's now
yes, but
second and
maybe
10.
here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Passing play. Flacco. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts.
David Njoku.
As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
3rd and
Brandon,
2.
perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
A gain of
9 yards that time.
That's
As an
another
unbiased observer,
Browns
I think it would have been
first down.
interesting to see what they would have done
First
if they
and 10
hadn't
at
gotten the first down there.
33-yard line.
But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now they set up the screen. That's good play. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
And again, it's Flacco to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku, 31 yards. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
The
now for the point
for
after.
the extra point.
It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now.
Makes the score quite
a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Vikings offense and their running back getting set to go once more. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Starting the drive with Mason on the ground. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
On the stop.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Throwing is McCarthy. Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
To the air with McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And the Vikings first down.
We use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
A 7-yard
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable, Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. On play action, McCarthy. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Loss on the play.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Looking to throw McCarthy. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. Looking to put a drive together. Now Flacco. That is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Flacco. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And this one is incomplete.
Intended for
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage.
Made by Devin Bush.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run and then executed.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. His throw here is incomplete.
Intended for
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. This is intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run with 4. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now it's Flacco. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Flacco. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
The Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Thrown away, and
we're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To pass, Flacco. He'll get this complete to Tillman. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Brings up 3rd down.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And Flacco keeps it himself. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
At the 8-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Flacco. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's going to be caught for the Browns touchdown. Cedric Tillman, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14.
Makes the score Vikings 27.
So that drive goes
Browns
8 plays.
14.
And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over first and
the Vikings now heading onto the field.
22-yard line.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
99 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Here's McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now Mason. Only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Praise has to go to you guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now McCarthy. On the screen, this is Mason. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
And the Vikings.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end.
McCarthy's pass.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And it's 2nd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys, we need more than 1 tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Here's Mason. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
On the carry, this is Scott. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
Brought down just shy.
A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
They run it with Mason. And he's going to be shot back short of the goal line.
Stop short of the goal line.
They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second...
And he'll get it! Touchdown, Minnesota! The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Two-point conversion is no good.
Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
14.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the two-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10.
The Browns offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Cleveland offense ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Over the middle, complete. It's 4. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the first down.
And a strong run that time as it's across midfield and down to the 43. 55 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
He could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Flacco. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
That's a
completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
3rd and 2 and they ran the ball for only 1 yard and everybody's going to scream at the offense? Well, let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
Here we go on 4th down. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Looking to put a drive together. Addison will go in motion left. McCarthy off the play fake. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Yards on the play.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
He was brought
just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards.
On the pickup.
And it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes, because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Taken down.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. J.J. McCarthy taking it in from the 20. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Vikings 40. Browns 14.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off.
Will Reichard
Minnesota's
to
kick
off
team
for
ready,
the
and the Vikings boom it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return.
And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
At their own 24-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Flacco looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
11 yards there, just like last play.
That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. First down. Ford. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Isaiah Rodgers up to make the tackle.
And 9.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
A break from the ground game here. Flacco. He finds his man complete. That's 4th. A gain of 5. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
That's a gain of 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Passing play. Flacco. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got this down to the 35.
13 yards.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Flacco. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football here, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On the Now this is Quinshon Judkins. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
3rd down, Flacco from the gun. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Quinshon Judkins, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
The
extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll make this a 19-point game.
Makes the score.
Pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
21.
And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any home run on the opposing sideline. And they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
1 yard
this defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
It's a gain of 8.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
It's a gain of 2.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story we'll talk about after this one. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger. and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
For Justin Jefferson.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
To the air with McCarthy. And now look at this. Big gain, but fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Mason. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Will Reichard
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Browns offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, The second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
A gain of
catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
11 more yards.
11 more on that one, and another first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th, but a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Vikings' 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Open man, that's Tillman. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The sneak, here's Flacco. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll give up the middle, Jenkins. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
That's good.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Flacco. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12.
At the 11-yard line.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late.
Pass interference.
That might be PI.
Defense.
And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Jenkins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
A loss of 2.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And once again, he's going to be pushed backwards. This time back to the 3. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
3rd and goal. Flacco. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Browns have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for two here.
The Browns will
Flacco looking to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
27.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Middle of the field to Jefferson.
McCarthy's pass.
Go down as a gain of 6.
Jefferson.
And that's going to bring up second down.
Fired that one in there. Able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defender to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Right at the
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a third and 4. McCarthy operating from the gun. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Results in a
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a 2-score game at 16. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit. So given 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. It's a decent start there to the drive. Big hill to climb, needing 2 touchdowns, also a 2 two-point conversion.
So, partner, how do you eat an elephant?
I don't eat an elephant. Who eats elephant?
But if you do it one bite at a time.
Okay.
That's the way they've got to play this, one play at a time. Yes, there's urgency, but they have to be careful as well.
It's going like a 50-ounce ribeye. Yeah, one bite at a time.
All right, I'm with you.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Browns first down. First and
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts.
David Njoku.
As they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Here's 2nd and a yard. Flacco. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
Here's 1st down. Now Flacco. They'll swing this out to Jenkins. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
At the 13-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
To pass, Flacco. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for
now the focus is
Carter.
really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. Flacco. Checks it down to Jenkins. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
A 2-yard
How about that
gain.
strategy there, Brandon?
It's
3rd down.
down.
They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And this is caught there for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if you're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion.
Line up for the 2-point conversion.
Pressure mounting. Flacco. And now pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
33.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say cheerio from London. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, ready for another installment of the NFL International Series. And we are underway from North London. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Getting down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And the Vikings first down.
Good job there. Pretty simple. The hole was created. Runner just darted right through.
Yeah, that's kind of play teams are looking for, to have some success early in a ball game. And if you're an offensive play caller, you mark that run down. Make sure you keep coming back to it throughout the game until they stop it.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now McCarthy. Open here, Adam Thielen. And Thielen going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
47-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. They'll hand it to Mason. Fighting it off. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while, because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Throwing is McCarthy. And that'll be incomplete.
McCarthy
took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brings up
That's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make pitch to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, forced the incompletion.
McCarthy going to sneak it. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the give, it's Mason. Nothing doing. Mason able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
On the tackle.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
They'll run again with Mason. It's a 4-yard pickup there. It leaves him at 3rd and 5.
I think that one gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the
there's going to be a little bit of
14-yard
regret
line.
there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And it will bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 6 from the 10. They'll run here with Mason. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Tackle made at the 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. McCarthy going to sneak it. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now it's Mason. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
They'll try again. And this time he'll work his way in. Touchdown, Vikings. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now the try here for the point after.
For the extra point.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7.
That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And able to get this out to the 25. So here come the Browns now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, a former Blue Hen out of Delaware. It's Joe Flacco.
Remember when the conversation was, is Joe Flacco elite? Well, at one point he was elite enough to not only win a Super Bowl, but be named the MVP of that game. And for a time, one of the top-paid quarterbacks in the league. Not bad for a young man who transferred to Delaware from Pitt while in college. This guy has had a great career. Not many chances now to lead an offense, but still capable if put on the field.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Flacco off play action. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They bring him in off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
How about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Setting up the throw, Flacco. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him incomplete. And he's going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Browns.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
On the tackle.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They hand off to Ford up the middle. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Now Flacco. From right side, complete to Carter. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45.
An 8-yard
They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Here's McCarthy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And the defense says they have it. They do. 1 play into the ball game, an early turnover.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. This is Ford. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Some teams have to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
2nd and 7. Flacco. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
That's a gain
of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And they got 3 yards. That's enough for conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Here's Flacco. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Loss of 6 yards.
Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here's Flacco. He finds his man, complete. That's 4.
Flacco's pass.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. This will wind up a loss on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
A loss of 6 yards.
It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now started to run by Mason. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 29.
That's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 29, here's a 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Mason. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson to target. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And And the Vikings first down.
It's interesting how we label routes. You know, some people might call this a hitch. For me, a hitch is a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, about 1 to 3 yards deep. A lot of people might call this a dig route, going this deep on a 3rd and 7 to pick up the first down. Others just call it a stick route. Get to the right point, stick in that spot, and let them hit you with a pass. No matter what, they did pick up the first down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
At the 38-yard line.
To the air with McCarthy. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And the Vikings.
A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw. McCarthy. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Up 2nd and 5.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
2nd and 5. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
It's a game.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Mason going to get around first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's tackled at the
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Intended for
a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. Was certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
So
on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. DeAndre Carter back deep. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
At their own 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They will start this drive with 4. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Ivan Pace on the tackle.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Flacco looks to throw. Jonathan Allen breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because The entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line.
Brought down, that is on
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Looking to put a drive together. McCarthy off the play fake. A tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Running left, Mason. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Addison will go in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Cleveland offense making their way out. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
This defense tough to run against, and those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Flacco. And they find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
And they'll send Judy in motion left.
And they'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Passing play, Flacco. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
To pass, Flacco. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sideline and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
The Vikings take over
now come the Vikings.
At their own 20-yard line.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Jordan Mason, the ball
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
2nd and 9 now. To Jefferson on the slant. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
It's a
second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now they run. It's Mason. And not a whole lot of room to operate there in the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Jerome Baker in on the tackle.
All any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On the run is Mason.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Addison will go in motion left.
On the ground again, it's Mason. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And the Vikings pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Surveyed on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
And it's fourth down.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
As always, no rooting interest here. But that was pretty, wasn't it, to see him break through and then pick up his stride.
Yeah, the guy carrying the ball loves it. I think the O-line, they might like and take more satisfaction out of those runs than anybody else, though, right?
Without a doubt, because they're the ones that often have created it.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Intended for
Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Intended for
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Flacco. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Looking to put a drive together. Starting the drive with Mason on the ground. And some nifty running here as they'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
It's a gain of
first down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
First down.
Good push up front and then a run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they are able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Now McCarthy. Finds his man. There's Jerry Madison.
McCarthy's pass.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Now they show jet sweep it instead. They run up the middle here. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. They get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. set of downs.
And the Vikings first down.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Intended for Justin
One thing I have
Jefferson.
learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
Straight ahead, here's Mason. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Looking to throw McCarthy. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
He'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Now Flacco. He finds his man, complete. That's 4. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
A gain of 15
A good
yards.
pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
And now at this point in the first half, you got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Pass caught. He's got Tillman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 30.
That one goes for 30 yards.
First down.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
On the ground, it's 4. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
The ball carrier.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. On the ground, this is Quinshawn Judkins. Oh, a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
It's a gain of
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Flacco. Under pressure, and down he goes. They
second back at the 36.
Joe Flacco sacked.
He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
You doing okay over there, partner? Because that's yet another sack in this game that you just had to call. We're not even at halftime yet. No wonder this team has the lead. What an effort by the defense right from the word go. The adjustments at halftime, they're going to have to be big, or this could really get ugly in the second half.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Flacco. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Flacco's pass.
And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be a third and about 13. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Setting up to throw Flacco. And that one too wide and incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Throwing is McCarthy. Quick throw there is incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Here's McCarthy.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
A loss of 5 yards.
And down he goes again. A bevy of sacks in less than a half. But this defense is still losing the game. They've got to fix something because there should be no excuse for losing with an effort like this on that side of the ball. They need to take advantage when their defense is generating this kind of pressure so early in the game.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
The Browns take over.
And the Browns getting set to go
at their own 20-yard line.
And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Flacco. Under pressure, and down he goes. Javon Hargrave, the D-tackle, getting the sack.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Flacco.
Outside, he's got Tillman.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
An 11-yard pickup leads to 3rd and 6.
Here's 3rd and 6.
incomplete. So halftime straight ahead, and that means we go to Scott Hanson. It is our EA Sports halftime report. Scott, take it away.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Looking to put a drive together. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco on the pass. Being chased down left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
He was brought down
once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Flacco from the gun. He'll get this complete to Tillman. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
That's good for a Browns first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Flacco. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it in the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And that went to the right side and incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play.
The frustration evident there, because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So on fourth down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they'll get it back within a point at 17. 7-6.
Browns 6.
So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Looking to put a drive together. The drive begins with Mason. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back?
What?
That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
2nd and 10. They'll hand it to Mason. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
47-yard line.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety.
Partner, give that coordinator a raise because he's been pedal to the metal all game, sending rushers from all angles of the quarterback. And there, within range of a safety, he really made the right call, and it got him to the ground and picked up 2 points.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. That is caught by Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
On the give, it's Mason. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Vikings.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Right back to Mason.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
10 at the Browns' 34-yard line.
Mason. And a short gain down to about the 33. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Whenever we talk about the basic on safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
To the air with McCarthy.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
It's a gain of 18.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Draw play, Mason. And they get to him quickly as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 13-yard line.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson, a 12-yard touchdown grab. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point splits the uprights. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He's got Njoku's big tight end. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire fourth remaining, so stranger things have happened.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Addison will go in motion left. Here's Mason. And he works it past the 30, throws to the 25. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Second and 5 at the 22-yard line.
Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial game.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Intended for Justin
And here,
Jefferson.
you're down in the red zone.
Incomplete.
You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Here's second and 10. On the ground, here comes Mason.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a third and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
At the 2-yard line. A 9-yard gain on the play. It's now fourth down and 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on fourth and very short.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings.
A great play there. With now his second touchdown of this third quarter.
And the Vikings take a chance, but they find pay dirt on fourth and goal. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Point after it, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Round 6.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, what a move. And now the Browns coming out on the field.
The Browns take over.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now a 2nd and 10. Flacco looks to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Pass and play. Flacco. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage here on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's now 4th
How about
down.
the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
The Vikings take over.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. A handoff to start the drive to Mason. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll run again with Mason. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here is 3rd and 5. McCarthy operating from the gun. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
And it's 3.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now. Showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
Now on 4th down on is the punt team sending this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Jerome Ford
past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Here now, 2nd and 4. To pass, Flacco. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter. And they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
13 yards on the play.
And you start to think if it's going to happen for these guys, it's got to start with this drive. Down 3 scores, they need to start making some inroads. And that'll help the cause there as they pick up good yardage and a first down.
Flacco. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That's another
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They go pass again. Flacco. On to screen pass. That's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Now Flacco. Throw left side complete. That's 4. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
They'll look to throw again. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. The Browns send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Welcome back now here in London. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Mason. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 134 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
McCarthy going to sneak it. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is set away.
The Browns take over first and 10.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Looking to put a drive together. They will start this drive with 4. He is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And that is taken in by Njoku. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
First down.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Flacco from midfield. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Once more, it's Flacco. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. As a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. Now they go screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
No gain on the play.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And his kick is indeed good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration. So they're able to pick up 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Able to avoid him. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start with a run by Mason. And he gets this one just shy of the 50. They'll mark him down at the 39.
A gain of
149 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Mason going to get it on first down. And some nifty running here as they'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
13 yards on the play.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing is McCarthy. Middle of the field to Jefferson.
Pass.
It'll be a gain of 5.
Justin Jefferson.
And 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's McCarthy. And he bats it away and it falls down incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
And here's Ryan Wright now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Trailing here in the second half, went for the aggressive play, got a little too aggressive.
You've got to know when to pull up,
Automatic
or if you're going
down.
to go for it, how to take your body across a punter's body and not into him. Not a good play at all.
Mason. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now an option play on second down. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
McCarthy going to sneak it. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of a yard. That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of one there.
They're bringing us about right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Third down from the gun, McCarthy.
The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He's certainly had playing success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Caught at the 26. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
That's good.
A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is,
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jonathan Allen getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
A tough spot here. 3rd and